Hi guys, my name is Sandy. I'm with BEX Realty. Today I'm going to do a video for you on Disney vacation home and short-term rental properties. What's the difference between a vacation home and a short-term rental property, right? What is the difference? Okay, so we're here in the Orlando area. We're near Disney World. We're near Universal, SeaWorld, Volcano Bay. We're about an hour and a half or maybe an hour and 15 minutes away from Busch Gardens. So we are right in the middle of Touristville. That's what I call it. Touristville. And this area draws a lot of tourists, a lot of people year after year. It drew me from New York, right? So it's an area that is very tourist active. And a lot of people come here to buy vacation home. They come here a lot, so they decided while I'm here, why not buy a vacation home? I did the same thing. And for a vacation home, you could decide, do I just want a vacation home for myself and my family? Or do I want a vacation home that I could rent back when I'm not using it? And that's where short-term rental comes in. If you're going to buy a vacation home just for you and your family, you could buy it anywhere. Nothing matters. It's close to Disney, not close to Disney, wherever you are. There's a lot of different surrounding areas in the Orlando area that people have never heard of. For an example, Disney World is in Lake Buena Vista, and some people have never heard of the word Lake Buena Vista. Lake Buena Vista is an area between Orlando and Kissimmee. Disney World is more in Kissimmee than it is in Orlando. Disney World itself, meaning the Magic Kingdom, Hollywood Studios, what are all the parks? Animal Kingdom, Epcot. I'm missing one. Oh my gosh, I'm missing one. What am I missing? I did say five, right? Hollywood Studios, Magic Kingdom, Animal Kingdom, Epcot. Oh, I guess it's 4 parks. I thought it was 5. Okay, 4. All right. So the thing is, that area is near Lake Buena Vista, Kissimmee. In Orlando, we have Universal Studios and SeaWorld, but all these areas are intertwined. There are also other areas like Claremont, Davenport, Champions Gate, right? Celebration. Now, Celebration is a nice area to buy a vacation home, but you cannot rent it back to tourists because Celebration is not zoned for short-term rental. Now, there are homes on the outskirts of Celebration, but Celebration itself is not zoned for short-term rental. So if you're buying in Celebration, you can only live there, or your family could live there. You could go back and forth, live whenever you want, leave whenever you want, but you cannot rent it back. So the whole short-term rental game has to do with the fact that if you want to purchase a vacation home and then rent it back to guests, or if you just want to purchase a property and rent it to tourists that comes in the area. If you're going to do that, then the property must be zoned for short-term rental, which means the development that it's in has to be zoned for short-term rental. So here in Orlando, it's not a matter of the area. So you can't say all of Orlando is zoned for short-term rental or all of Kissimmee is zoned for short-term rental. It's the development. Each development is different. So each HOA decides if they want to allow short-term rental in their development or not, right? So you cannot just say, well, my friend has a development over here, so if I buy one right next to them, I should be able to do short-term rental. No. This is very important for you to know before you invest. And because Airbnb is getting so big and people don't say short-term rental anymore, they say, I want to buy a Airbnb property, right? So if you're going to do any of that stuff, if you're going to rent to guests, the property must be zoned for short-term rental if you're going to purchase it. It has to be. If you're going to buy in a luxury, in like a resort type area, like in a luxury, I don't like to use the word luxury, a resort type development or a resort type package deal, then those are going to be zoned automatically for short-term rental because they already know that it was zoned. They zone it that way and build it that way. So when you purchase from them, you could use it either as a vacation home. It's your vacation home, but you could also use it for short-term rental. You could put it in their rental pool. A lot of times these resort type developments are going to have their own rental pool. So you could put in their own rental pool to rent it. Some of them allow you to rent it by yourself. Some of them don't. So you have to make sure whichever resort you're buying into will allow you to rent it by yourself if you don't want it to be in their rental pool. Some of them do have a rental pool. Obviously, they're going to take a higher commission if you put it in their rental pool as opposed to if you rent it yourself, right? So like Margaritaville, that's a very big resort. If you're buying there, you got to put in their rental pool. I don't think they allow you to rent outside of that. I could be wrong on that though, because it depends upon how the demand is. Sometimes they'll loosen up the rules. So they might start out saying, no, you can only rent through us. And based upon how many people are coming to buy and how many people they're saying no to, they might end up changing that, right? The Groove is another one. There's quite a few of them in Champions Gate. Champions Gate is an area in Davenport which is very close to Disney. Okay, so that's a very popular tourist destination. So if you're going to buy a vacation home, it could be close to Disney, that's fine. But if you're going to rent it back to tourists, you have to remember it has to be zoned for short-term rental. These are questions you must ask. Ask your licensed realtor, call the HOA for which you're going to be a part of, and find out from them if short-term rental are allowed. There are a lot of times that people purchase and they think because it's close to Disney World, they're naturally going to be able to rent it back to tourists, and that's not always the case because that particular development may not allow for short-term rental. So it's very important that you get that information up front before you get disappointed. Very, very important. Now, if you decide to purchase a property and use it as a vacation home or for short-term rental or both, that's fantastic. If you already figure out, okay, I'm going to make sure this is area or this home is zoned for short-term rental, then offer the battle is won, right? That's great. Then you got to decide which development you want to buy. Which do you want a gated community? Do you want more for resort type living where a lot of amenities are already provided there? Do you want a gated community that does offer amenities as well? Do you want a townhouse? What is it you're looking for? A lot of the resort type development are going to have condo living because they're designed, they're like a condo hotel is what they call them. So they're a condo hotel where it's like a big condo development, but you could buy a condo in there and you could rent it out and it comes with all the amenities, right? Or you could go to a gated community, get a single family home that has a pool that the development offers a lot of these amenities as well. So you decide where you want to go with that. The more amenities the community is going to offer, the higher your HOA bill will be. Bear that in mind. Also, if it's a community that's on a golf course or close to a golf course or offer you a golf course package, it's also going to be higher as well. So you got to take all these variations into consideration before you make a decision. I would tell you that if you're going to come in the area and you're new to the area, make sure you're working with a licensed realtor because they are going to be the inside of the market for you. They're going to be able to tell you what works, what doesn't work, what's zoned, what's not zoned for short-term rental, what are the more popular areas that people tend to visit, right? So I would definitely advise to get a licensed realtor. I'm going to have a bunch of links down below. You could email me if you have any questions. You could click on any of my links to look at properties. My number is 407-791-4713. Thank you so much for listening. I appreciate you.